Welcome, everybody. Hello, Jörg.
Hi Tammo, how are you today?
I'm very good.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our channel. My name is Jörg, which is German for George here at Find a Job in Germany, and with me here is my colleague and partner.
Tammo, welcome.
Folks, we have a new law coming into effect November 1st, and that's what this video is about. Blue card is what this is about, and you might want to stay tuned because there are some definite changes that might even affect your application when you're trying to find a job in Germany. So Tammo, which kinds of changes are we actually looking at? Maybe before you answer that, let's talk about the blue card.
So the blue card is a type of working visa which you should get after you got a job offer to start working in Germany.
That's
because it's the fastest visa you can get. It's the best.
It's the gold standard among all visa types.
It makes it easy for you to apply for your permanent residency later on and so on and so forth. So if you are working in tech and IT and you want to move to Germany, what you need to do is get a job offer first, and then you apply for your work visa and you will apply for your blue card.
Exactly. And the way this works actually is that there's going to be a form online from the German embassy or the consulate, and it's going to ask you which type of visa you want to apply for, and this visa is called blue card category visa. You're not going to get your plastic card just yet. That is only what you get when you're here, but your stamp in your passport is paving the way for it because it's a blue card visa stamp. For your background information, just some nerdy knowledge here. The blue card is essentially a European legislation that was initiated back in the days to kind of compete with what you guys know, American green card. And because of the European flag being blue, they call it blue card. But it's important for you to know each country in the European Union still has its own legislation. That means what we're now talking about applies to Germany and the German blue card, because the German government has its own, let's say, legislation in place because it's allowed to do so just for Germany.
The interesting thing for you is, Germany passed a new immigration law this summer, and now in November this month, the first things come into effect. Mm-hmm. And that is very important because it makes your life easier to apply for that visa. The two biggest changes which are coming into effect is, first of all, that you do not need a university degree anymore to apply for a blue card if you are a tech and IT professional.
And that's pretty spectacular, actually, because from the visa types that there used to be, or that there actually are, this was the standalone criterion, a must-have to get your blue card in the first place. You needed to have an academic degree, and it had to be valid, and it had to be in writing, and you needed that certificate. And there was no way around it.
Yeah, and you needed that certificate, and that degree needed to be recognized by the German authorities, and that was the biggest bottleneck, because a lot of those university degrees were not recognized, and then you needed to go through a lengthy process of getting your university degree recognized. Which of course delayed the whole visa process, which made it easy for you to start working.
Exactly, especially if your university was not listed in any of the databases that we use here. And of course, you're applying in Germany, so the German standard applies, and sometimes you don't really know what standard they're applying, and that's what the frustration is all about. So that's all gone. Bachelor, master doesn't really apply anymore.
Yeah, if you have at least 3 years of relevant work experience. So what you need to do in order to apply for blue card, if you do not have a university degree which is recognized, you need to prove that you have this relevant work experience. And how you do it is you collect your certificates which you got from previous employers, your contracts and so on. You prove you have this experience, and then you can also apply for a blue card if you do not have a university degree.
Exactly. And usually the roles that you've already filled over the last 3 years are ideally congruent, or they're the same or very similar to what your new job is going to be about. Classic example, you've worked as a full stack engineer in JavaScript. Let's just stick to MERN as an example. Ideally, you have had 3 years of previous experience with software development cycles where you applied exactly that as a stack. And then the job description that you're forwarding to the embassy contains the same criteria for you to fulfill for your new job in Germany.
Exactly. And the next big change which is coming into effect now in November is that the salary threshold for this blue card is lowered than before. So in order to get a blue card, you need to have a certain job offer which comes with a certain salary threshold. And now with the new law, it is only, let me see, it is 39,682 euro and 80 cents to be specific.
So don't be at 79 cents, please. But what is really important for us to mention at this point in time, and we had a similar video on this issue where we had already announced the change of that threshold being lowered. There were some comments here and there where saying, oh, they're now exploiting the people for low wages, low salary. People are coming here to work for free. This is absolutely not what this legislation is about. And it doesn't mean that this is what you're going to be making. It only means that if, for example, you are a junior and there is a company that is willing to bring you here and you are okay with this kind of salary, then this will make it so much easier for you. Again, it's a legal requirement that has been adapted. And just because this is your starting salary, it doesn't mean it's going to be your salary for the end of the days. No, once you're here, usually it goes up and up and up and up. So really, try to really put perspective into the data that is being provided out there. It doesn't make any sense to make any weird comments on exploitation like that. It's still a blue card. It's a legal requirement. That's all.
So those changes we talked about, which come into effect in November this year, are only the start of this whole immigration law, which the German government has passed this summer.
A series of measures that they're now implementing based on, of course, feedback.
Yeah, so there will be a lot more changes. We keep you updated how this is going to be in the upcoming months. And of course, next to this law which the German government has passed, we could see that already the visa time got so much faster from countries like India or Pakistan. So from places like New Delhi, like a year ago, we could see that the visa to apply for this blue card took like 4 or 5 months in some cases. Now we see people have their visa in 2 weeks. So there's really a lot of change happening to open up for international talent, to get them to Germany. And
ideally, we're going to see the same effect with other countries around the world, of course. What does it mean for us? What does it mean for you, maybe, who is watching, interested in our program? We can really let you know nobody in our program has made less than 40K, and the people that come from abroad are usually also more experienced. So maybe this video doesn't really apply to you if you are looking into working with us, because normally we require also more years of experience than just 3 for you to board onto a program. And the average salary that people get in our program is significantly higher than the threshold that we just mentioned. Again, a legal requirement.
It's almost doubled.
It's almost doubled. So you want to make sure that you understand the process and how visa shouldn't be a deal breaker for you when it comes to looking for a job abroad, especially not in Germany. The country is opening up, and the administrative steps that the government is trying to implement and also making room for, it's work in progress, really.
But if you compare that internationally, it is by far the easiest work visa which you can get at the moment, compared to the US.
Some coachees in our program have successfully found jobs in other European countries. That's because they, together with us, apply for jobs, of course, and when they get an invite, let's say from Ireland, who are we to say that they shouldn't accept it? It's a valid offer then. So we have a few folks in Ireland. We have somebody now going to Austria, south of Germany, also German speaking. Vienna is a great city, so why not? We see those are different regimes, different countries, different legislation, but they're open. And we really distinguish between closed and open. And when I look at open, I'm seeing Germany, I'm seeing the Netherlands, I'm seeing parts, maybe Belgium, Austria, Switzerland, Sweden, Ireland. That's pretty much it. Portugal, yeah, Southern Europe is getting there as well. And this is not really to make Germany appear so much better than it really is, but we're seeing the differences and the measures that the different governments are taking place. And you need to understand that each country is open based on the acceptance rate from the local population. And Germany knows they need people in tech and IT.
Yes, exactly.
That's pretty much what it's all about.
Right.
So more information from us. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this interesting, of course, feel free to subscribe to our channel. And if you're interested in working with us, we have a personal coaching program for which you need to have watched our video training, for which you find the link underneath this video. If you like, book a call. Paul from our team will then also call you and will discuss your chances and the probability of you joining and you finding a job in Germany with our help.
Exactly. And then we help you to get a blue card once you have your job offer after 2 to 3 months.
That's true. Most of the people really do end up getting a blue card visa.
Vielen Dank. Auf Wiedersehen.
And see you soon. Take
See you
care.
soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Ciao.